In the diverse tapestry of nature, animals have developed extraordinary ways of avoiding detection by both predator and prey. Imagine if you could blend seamlessly into the background when trying to avoid a frenemy, or change the texture of your skin to mimic the ground beneath your feet. Well, some animals can do just that, as a thrifty survival tactic. This video is about the best masters of camouflage in the wild. Watch the video to the end and find out how nature itself helps animals survive. Giant leaf-tailed gecko. They are not only masters of camouflage, but are also able to mimic a human-like scream. As they rest on the forest floor of Madagascar during the day, the gray-green fringed flaps on their lower jaws and sides flatten against the surface of the logs, tree trunks, and leaf litter. This tactic then hides their outline, increases their own surface area, and refracts light, making them practically invisible to a predator's eye. They rest with their heads facing downwards to increase their camouflage. Do prepare yourself for a shock if you stumble across one. They open their large, crimson mouths and make an alarm call that sounds like a child's scream. Leaf litter toad. The leaf litter toad is found in South America. Spotting it may be tough as it is so immaculately camouflaged as a dead leaf. Found alongside the rivers and streams of humid forests, its skin patterning allows it to blend in with drifts of dead leaves. This visual trickery gives it vital protection from looming predators. Its camouflage tactics allow it to feed on the insects found in the nutrient-rich piles of dead leaves that cover the forest floor. Wolf spider. Almost identical to the tree bark, the varied light and dark patterns on the body and legs of the wolf spider are perfectly suited to its habitat. But don't be scared when you walk through the woods. This spider isn't aggressive and their venom isn't strong enough to cause any serious damage to humans, but their bites can hurt and the wound might swell up. Pygmy seahorse. These are the world's smallest seahorses, standing at a couple of centimeters from nose tip to tail. They live on the Coral Triangle in Southeast Asia, and the bumps you can see on them are calcified tubercles, which they grow to match the polyps of the coral that surrounds them. Their size and staggering ability to camouflage seamlessly into their tropical coral reef habitat means they are at low risk of predation. Decorator crab. Decorator crabs, as the name suggests, deck themselves out with seaweed, coral, and sponges to spruce up their surroundings and make themselves more difficult to see against a background of, well, seaweed, coral, and sponges. Their shells are covered in tiny Velcro-like hairs, so that when they select a suitable ornament, it stays stuck. Some of them are even more clever, deliberately adorning themselves with toxic seaweed or stinging anemones, which don't bother the crabs themselves but would make an unpleasant mouthful for anything that tried to eat them. When they've grown out of their existing shell, they carefully remove all the decoration and reattach it to their new home. Arctic hare. You've got to be really determined to catch an Arctic hare. Whilst during the summer months they look much like any other hare, in winter their coats turn brilliant white and make them more or less impossible to see against snowy backgrounds. Add to that the fact that their eyes are on the sides of their heads so that they can see nearly 360 degrees without even moving a muscle. Owl. Sometimes survival really does just come down to evolution. Owls whose feathers look enough like the trees in their habitat to camouflage them are the successful species. Those big ears you see on some owls are actually not ears at all. Like most birds, owls' ears are just little holes in the side of their heads. The ears or horns are actually tufts of feathers. They are simply because they look like twigs when raised to help them to hide. Owls also change their shape to hide more effectively, which is called concealment posture. They either squat or lift themselves up to be taller and skinnier to appear less recognizably owl-like, and even sway in the wind to mimic the branches of the tree. Snakes. Snakes can be masters of camouflage, artfully blending into their surroundings thanks to the coloration and patterns of their scales. They all have colors that are not similar to those of other snakes. For example, tree snakes have brown and black colors to better camouflage themselves on stumps and under tree branches. Desert snakes, on the contrary, are very light-colored. This is in order to better hide in the sand and track their prey. Camouflage allows snakes to remain invisible, and combined with the speed of reaction, the prey will certainly be caught. Leopard. The leopard is a master of stealth and one of the most secretive members among large felines. Its remarkable fur, adorned with distinctive rosettes, functions as an excellent camouflage, making it nearly invisible in its natural habitat. A leopard's presence often goes undetected until it decides to reveal itself. Astonishingly adaptable, leopards can be found lounging on tree branches, seamlessly blending in with the foliage while they await their next meal. Chameleons are amazing animals that have a unique ability to camouflage and adapt to their environment. Their ability to change skin color allows them to hunt, defend themselves, and communicate with other chameleons. With their complex physiology and color-changing mechanisms, chameleons continue to surprise and delight scientists and nature lovers around the world. Research in this area continues to reveal new secrets of these amazing creatures and their color-changing abilities. Thanks to those who watched the video to the end. If you love stories about animals and are fascinated by this wonderful world, watch the video on our LiveLife channel.